1988, John Healy was looking for some forms for a community mediation center he was working with in Berkeley, California. John knew that another mediation center across the bay had the exact forms he needed in digital format. The problem was, John was in Berkeley and the files were in San Francisco. And John didn't want to tackle the snarl of traffic on the Bay Bridge. That was when John thought, maybe they've got a modem, and I could download the forms from them. Thus, the first online transfer of mediation information took place on that fateful day back in 1988. Little did John realize that by firing up his modem, he was planting a seed that would eventually grow into a forest.
So I came stumbling into this world of internet dialogue, and I called it ConflictNet. And we were pioneers on the information superhighway. So we were breaking new ground. I wrote a proposal to give every community mediation program in the state of California a modem and a year's subscription to ConflictNet. And then I went up and down the state and went into every state community mediation organization and hooked up their modem and taught them how to use it.
ConflictNet was the first online mediation community, and John is the one who birthed it. I, at the time, was working as executive director for the Academy of Family Mediators, and I was being buried by pink message slips for phone calls. And it was in March of 1988, I believe, at the NCPCR conference, the North American Conference on Peacemaking and Conflict Resolution in Montreal, that a mutual friend introduced me to John, and I first saw these monochrome characters being able to be sent creeping across a screen. We became fast friends and really shared much of the development of the proprietary network, IGC, ConflictNet, as well as the emerging internet. And it was just so amazing to first, see characters on a monochrome screen. Then it was amber. Then suddenly we had color monitors and we had fonts that we could play with. And then one day he said, hey, look at this picture, that would paint itself in incrementally over time. And then there was a day that he said, you won't believe it, listen to this. And we had the audio coming through. And then another day, a few months later, take a look at this video online. And we constantly were talking about how, this changes everything. And in fact, each of those incremental developments did.
Since 1996, Mediate.com has expanded alongside the expansion of the internet, and now, 25 years later, it is the #1 dispute resolution website in the world. Mediate has become an essential daily resource for mediators on 5 continents. Mediate is also the definitive archive for the history and development of the dispute resolution field, with many thousands of articles and videos in its archive. The first 25 years of Mediate.com helped to take mediation mainstream, as well as helping thousands of mediators build and develop their practice. Now that the pandemic has moved all mediation online, Mediate.com is more important than ever. The world needs effective mediation more than ever before. So, working together, let's see what the next 25 years has in store.